Retired NASA astronaut. Leroy, you are hearing as we are about this delay, the hydrogen leak again, but in a different place. What do you make of it?
That brings back shudders from when I first joined NASA, several decades ago. We had a rash of hydrogen leaks on Space Shuttle, and it was just bedeviling, and we finally did solve those problems. So this is, obviously of concern. Hopefully the team will be able to get that seal to go ahead and see, and we can resume tanking and see a launch this morning. But, liquid hydrogen is probably the trickiest fluid to try to contain, and that's why it's so challenging when you use liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen. But again, it's the most efficient fuel as well, especially when you're coupling it the way NASA is with the solid rocket boosters. So we're just going to have to wait and see. My understanding is that the team is going to go ahead and manually start tanking again, hoping that they'll, as part of their troubleshooting plan, to hopefully go ahead and be able to solve this problem.
So is that 30-minute pause, Leroy, enough time to ensure that the leak has been fixed?
Well, it's they're thinking, okay, let's let it warm up a little bit, let the sealing material expand, and then we'll go ahead and start tanking again and see how it goes. Because there's very little they can do now with the vehicle partially fueled. They're figuring out the best plan possible, and I think this is it.
Leroy, the scrub the other day also had to do with a faulty fuel sensor, and apparently NASA's plan is partly to just ignore the sensor and move forward. Did that surprise you at all?
Well, no, because at the moment, in real time, they didn't have enough information or analysis to figure out what exactly was going on. Was it a bad sensor? Was there actually no liquid hydrogen flowing through that core engine? And so afterwards, they looked at all the data they had, and the engineers took their time over the course of many hours and a couple of days, and decided, based on all the evidence, all the data from all the different sensors, that, okay, looks like liquid hydrogen was flowing through that stage or that engine number 3, and it was in fact the faulty sensor. So the Launch Control Center can mask that sensor to keep it from triggering an alarm and a shutdown and things like that. And this is not something necessarily they would do for a launch involving astronauts on board. They may, if they were confident enough, but they're at least confident enough in this flight test to say we can go ahead and mask the sensor and proceed, assuming that the flows are normal.
So, like you were saying, Leroy, you've been through this, right? You understand and empathize with the shudders that people may experience when they have to deal with these kind of setbacks. It's par for the course, right? There's millions of parts and factors that kind of have to line up perfectly for there to be a launch. So let's move on and say, okay, let's just be hopeful it's going to work out someday. What are you most excited about once Artemis 1 is up in the air? Are you excited about the moon exploration, like making habitat there? Are you excited about the Mars component? What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, ultimately, of course, it would be wonderful to see humans on Mars. That would be astounding and fantastic. But the shorter term goal is to get humans back to the moon. And, when way back when I joined NASA, when I was interviewing to join NASA way back in 1989, and President Bush 41 had proposed the exploration program that would have seen us, or projected to put us on Mars in 2019 with a stop at the moon first. That seems so far away, and now that date has already passed. So in the medium term, getting humans back to the moon, it's been nearly 50 years since Apollo 17, the last time we put humans on the moon. That would be really fantastic to see. So I'm hopeful that this mission goes off well and the rocket and the spacecraft perform. And also, this is an exciting time too, because we've got these commercial companies doing some pretty astounding things as well. And so I think we're going to in for a few exciting years ahead.
And Leroy, there are also enormous geopolitical implications to this launch and to NASA's immediate future. Bill Nelson, the NASA administrator, was on CNN yesterday. He was asked about a space race with China. Here's what he shared with us.
Yeah, there's a space race.
Who's winning?
Well, let's see. This is the first step, and this is the largest, most powerful rocket ever.
Leroy, why is it so important for the United States to lead in space?
I think this is something that we've wanted to do and have done since the 1960s, the very beginning of the space program. The Russians, the Soviets got off to an early start by sending the first human into space and making a number of firsts, including the first woman in space and the first spacewalk. But then the focus became, okay, who's going to land on the moon first? And that's why there was such urgency during the 1960s. It was almost a war footing or war mentality. This is all or nothing. We've got to win this. And then after we did land first on the moon, we kind of declared victory. And, we've been kind of the leaders in human spaceflight ever since. So now we've got other players, most notably China. They've been launching astronauts into space since 2003. They're nearly finished building their own space station and have demonstrated they can fly long-duration flights, perform research in space, resupply that station, bring astronauts up and down on a regular schedule. And they have made no secret that they intend to launch or land their astronauts on the moon sometime in the 2030s. So I guess in a sense, there's a bit of a race, but I wouldn't say it's the urgency of the Cold War back in the 60s when it was literally seen as life and death by, I would say, actually most of the people in the U.S. and probably in the Soviet Union as well.
Fascinating stuff, Leroy. Really good to see you. And thanks for joining us this morning, Leroy Chiao.
My pleasure. Good to be with you.
And head over to CNN.com for an interactive look at this historic launch.